Welcome back.
And we're back.
Hey, honey, how's it going?
I've been better.
Yeah, I've been a lot worse.
Yeah. Tell them why you picked what you picked.
Why I picked Superman?
Yeah.
1978, Christopher Reeves?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I was paging through Netflix. And I said, Superman's free.
And this seems like a good idea?
Yeah. I remember really liking the first Superman movie.
I remember I've seen it.
This was, of all of the Superman movies that I've seen, the best. And, that's not saying a lot.
Because you're including the most recent, right?
Yeah. I've seen both of these Zack Snyder films. And we did Superman Returns at the beginning of last year, I think. Which would have been the 5th movie in this series.
So we watched that one first?
Yeah.
Okay. I am neutral on this movie.
Okay. What were some of the things that you liked?
I was surprised when you paused it that we were 2 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn, which meant we only had 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was at least another hour left.
Mm-hmm. So, you liked the pacing?
The pacing turned out to be decent.
Yeah, because it felt like, all the characters they're in 3 scenes, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so we're 9 scenes into this. We're 2 hours into this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
One of the things I did notice is there were a lot of just extended silences.
There was so much editing that could have been done. There's so much boot leather.
Oh, yeah. But for a lot of that boot leather, or just scenes where nothing is being said, Donner took the time to show us what was happening. I'm going to throw this green rock, and there's going to be a fortress of solitude. Okay.
And it's going to take 5 minutes to grow.
There's going to be a lot happening. I mean, that would be an effects shot these days.
True, I guess.
There just would have been a lot more useless dialogue added to it.
No, it would have been 40 minutes shorter.
Did you see Man of Steel?
Maybe?
I don't
know. Which one was Man of Steel?
That was the first of the new Superman movies.
No, the only thing I've seen is Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah. So, and you saw the extended cut of that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of boot leather.
But the amount of time that we have to watch Lois Lane suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Dangling from the building, being buried alive in the car. Those things could have been cut down dramatically.
You mean the times that Lois Lane was being a damsel in distress?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, the missile chase, because first we had to watch the missiles fly before they were being chased, and then the chasing, which is not any way correct in the way that they'd be flying.
Right. Well, the things you're talking about are just building dramatic tension.
Yeah. Ugh. There was enough of that.
Okay.
You saw the flash of... Lois was driving for a while with her empty blinking.
Mm-hmm.
And she finally pulls over. Uh-oh, the gas station blows up. And then she drives for an extended period of time before it goes out of gas. And then she keeps trying to turn the car over like somehow the car's going to go.
Well, you see, honey...
it doesn't have
In
gas.
the 1970s, women were less intelligent than they are now. And they definitely didn't know how to drive. I'm surprised Jimmy wasn't driving with her, just riding in the back seat.
Because driving Miss Daisy?
Yes. Also, how many bachelorettes can afford a...
Penthouse apartment in New York.
Yeah. I mean, Metropolis. That was New York. There's the fucking Statue of Liberty.
And the Twin Towers.
And the Twin Towers. That was fucking New York.
Yeah. I don't know.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
I just... It's like they tried to have a complex script and just kept, like, a complex story, and then they just kept adding to the script.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey. That's...
Like, let's put in a 7-minute flight scene where he'll drop her, and then he'll catch her.
That, yeah, could have been trimmed down. They could have completely taken out the sequence where we just have, like, Lois's internal poetry.
Oh my god.
That was fantastically bad.
Can you read my mind? And then she started rhyming!
Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Speaking of what the hell.
Pardon the cats.
Freaking cats.
Frickin' cats. The worst. Don't ever get cats.
Don't ever get 5 cats.
Don't ever get cats.
Hey, 1 cat's a killer.
Yeah. That's why she stays.
Yeah. Anywho.
The other 4 are freeloading.
True facts. Yeah, though she did have, I am sorry, I am so tired, a empowerment moment.
Mm-hmm.
Or, who's the lady who threw her hat on Nicolette Mall?
Mary Tyler Moore.
A Mary Tyler Moore moment.
Okay.
At the beginning when, or near the beginning when Lois is walking with Clark, and she's like, I've seen how the other half lives. My sister, 3 kids, something, and a mortgage. No, thank you.
Damn right.
You know,
you do you, girl.
So she had that moment of empowerment, and like she's a career woman and she knows what she wants. Boy.
She wanted to get laid.
Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, granted, he's a superboy.
Yeah.
And can fly.
Yeah.
But
he could show her the world.
No. And I really didn't think that the turning the world backwards was in this one.
Nope, that was in this one. Why? Because this is the...
They knew they were making a second one.
Yeah.
I
Second
mean,
one was in production. That's why we had Terrence Stamp and, like, Jack O'Halloran and whoever else at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they're the bad guys for 2.
Yeah, they, sorry. They knew they were making a second one, so why not leave that, I don't know, for the second one? I mean, the only thing we didn't see this time is laser eyes.
That's true.
Oh, well, no. We didn't see laser eyes, and we didn't see freeze breath.
Yeah, I thought he was going to bust out the freeze breath when
the dam broke?
Yeah.
Me too!
Like, oh, no, just gonna throw some rocks down. I mean, that will also, like...
slow it down.
Yeah, it'll slow it down. The water's still gonna get through, just not quite as fast.
Yeah.
It will not ruin the town.
Well, but they weren't pressurized rocks.
Mm-hmm.
They were recently fallen rocks, so they were not stable in their seating.
Right.
So when the ginormous tidal wave would hit that not as big as the dam pile of rocks,
Yeah.
it would have shoved them all over and kept going.
This is likely true. I'm also going to say that the audiences in the late 70s probably didn't care as much about comic book movies being grounded in something that resembled reality. But then again, I'm also going to say that anyone who watches a movie based on a DC comic does not give a shit about physics.
I do.
Or reality.
I do. I give a shit about physics and missile trajectory.
I should probably amend that to people who watch Superman movies.
Superman movies are bad.
Not all of them. Almost all of them. This one wasn't that bad. Like, it was certainly a product of its time, and there were a lot of times where we would just look at each other like, did they just... Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Well,
like, oh yeah, go for the ethnic angle. The what? Excuse me?
Well, and the chick sexually assaulted Superman.
Yeah.
And then admitted it.
I didn't think you'd say yes later. Like, whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
That is an open and shut case.
That is legitimately 100% not okay. There was no role for consent.
I don't think anyone who listens to this is going to understand that joke.
D&D.
That's my favorite new inside joke. Yeah, just roll for consent.
Roll for consent, it'll be fine. So, I don't know. But I don't read Superman comics.
I have read very few Superman comics. Most of these Superman stories that I've read were him appearing in Batman books.
Oh.
And
so the Batman
those
Superman
haven't aged.
So the Batman Superman crossover is not a new thing?
No.
So this whole radical, we're gonna do a Batman Superman Wonder Woman movie was supposed to be this huge radical thing, and it was meh?
I don't think we have enough time to go into how DC is doing movies wrong these days.
Well, they weren't doing them right then. I think it's interesting that they assumed... I mean, they were right, but they assumed that this movie was going to do well enough to warrant a sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, because with Back to the Future, didn't they shoot 2 and 3 at basically the same time?
Yes.
So I can see, holy crap, this first movie was good.
We'll do 2 and 3 back to back.
We'll, get the... and like the Lord of the Rings movies, they did a lot of those at the same time, right?
I think once they started making those, some new rules from Hollywood came into effect where you had to have, like, a week between movies.
But essentially...
So, like, alright, this one wrapped. Everyone take a week off. We'll be back for part 2.
But essentially, they booked the time.
Oh, yeah.
And so... somehow they decided that it was financially conducive to do movies 1 and 2 and cross our fingers that 1 would be good enough for 2 to go and...
Yeah. Okay, so I think the studio may have just had that kind of faith in Richard Donner, who, before this, had almost exclusively done TV, but his film, the movie he directed 2 years before Superman, was The Omen.
Oh.
So like, okay, hey, I'm Richard Donner, director of The Omen. I want to do 2 Superman movies. I'd be like, okay. Yeah, give us 2 scripts.
Huh.
And then they fired him during Superman 2.
What?
Yeah.
Are you going to make me watch Superman 2? Is it going to be like Harry Potter next time and then more Superman?
No, I haven't seen Superman 2, so I'd have to watch that myself. And then there's, like, the theatrical cut, which was, let me just pull that up
Superman
here.
2?
Yeah. Which was Richard Lester, but then there was a Richard Donner cut that was released, like, 10 years ago or something, which was, like, all of the things that were in his script that were shot, and all of the things that he managed to shoot before he was fired.
Huh. That would be an interesting back-to-back viewing.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like The Omen.
Yeah. And, like, Richard Donner has directed a lot of great movies and 4 Lethal Weapons. I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, you sold me, and then it was like, Merk.
Okay, Superman 2,
kind of.
Inside Moves, The Toy, The Goonies. Lady Hawk,
Huh.
a Cyndi Lauper music video for The Goonies,
Okay.
Lethal Weapon, Scrooged, Lethal Weapon 2,
I liked Scrooged.
Radio Flyer, Maverick, Assassins, Conspiracy Theory, Timeline. Richard Donner Cut was 2006.
Okay.
And then 16 Blocks was the last thing he directed in 2006. He's like 85.
Was that Wesley Snipes?
Maybe? I don't know. Oh, it was Bruce Willis.
Might have been. See, a cab driver? No, that was Fifth Element. Fifth Element, he was a cab driver?
It was Bruce Willis and Yassine Bey, Mos Def.
Oh! Okay.
And that one guy from that show that you like.
I like a lot of shows. Oh! The Taxi Driver.
Yeah, Hitch,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Richard Donner has directed a lot of things that a lot of people like.
Huh. Interesting.
He's also directed, 4 Lethal Weapon movies.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just gotta make money.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you like about the movie?
I liked how when they were doing like the origin story for Superman, it felt like 20 minutes because like the audience knows it already. Like we got to hit the beats, they'll fill in the rest cuz they know it.
So was the trial part, I mean, is that like that's, I'm assuming, significant to the origin story at the beginning?
For General Zod and his henches?
Yeah, or is that just purely a setup?
I think that's purely a setup for the second one.
Holy crap.
Well, and like, we had seen things like Star Wars had come out the year before.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, okay, you can set things up that pay off later.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can reference things that happened but weren't shown.
Yeah.
The kind of universe theory in filmmaking. So I think for the trial at the beginning of General Zod, that was, hey, this will be relevant in 2 years when you see the sequel.
Yeah. So this Donner guy,
Yeah?
he directed 7 episodes of The Rifleman.
Yeah. He did a lot of TV before The Omen.
6 episodes of The Twilight Zone.
Uh-huh.
A hell of a lot of Perry Mason.
Yeah.
4 episodes of The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
This guy knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Get Smart. The 2 episodes of The Fugitive.
Uh-huh.
I like his TV choices.
Did we do The Fugitive? Have we watched that for the show? Or
No.
is that something that was just on at the bar?
Yes, because that's also a TNT movie.
Okay.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Funny.
Pretty sure this fails the Bechdel test.
There are 2 named women.
They don't ever meet each other or speak.
Nope.
One references the other. Let me guess, he wants to send half of it to his gray hair old
There are
man back at
3
home.
named women.
Oh, right. The
Foggy Bottom.
Is it Foggy Bottom?
No, that is not her name.
I feel like that's the name of a character who is like casually walking naked through a scene but has their butt obscured by things all the time. Yeah, Miss Foggy Bottom. And just dudes are staring her ass that is, conveniently obstructed.
Oh, what was her name?
I mean, General Zod's henchwoman had a name too. She had a line or two as well, which was
Yes.
like, forgive us or something.
And she was in the credits,
Yeah.
the opening credits, and she was there for like all of a minute and a half.
Yep. Yeah, like, oh, Terrence Stamp's gonna be in this. Because that's General Zod.
For a minute and a half.
Yeah, like, who is... And I even said to you, like, after they showed up on screen, well, after they were gone, like, and we don't see them for the rest of the movie. What? Yep.
Her name, Eve Teschmacher?
Tessmacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foggy Bottom. I don't know why.
One of the things I liked about this movie was that it does a better job world building than either Batman v Superman or Man of Steel did. And the pacing is so much better.
I
can't argue against the pacing.
I am befuddled by the pacing.
It's like, this is 2.5 hours? Didn't feel like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, because I was a little irritated when I saw how long it was when we started it. So yeah, I was not thrilled. But then when you, like I said, when you paused it, there's only 20 minutes left. I was like, what the heck?
I saw like, alright, we're 2 hours in, and there's still 20 minutes. What's gonna happen in the next 20 minutes?
Yeah, well, apparently...
I feel like we got like 10 minutes movie left.
Well, apparently the universe is gonna go, or excuse me, the Earth, he's gonna turn the world around, literally.
Hey, we don't know that that's not how time travel works. Have you run a planet backwards? I also thought it was a little bit on the nose. Yeah. The, having an insane, hair-obsessed real estate magnate try and destroy America.
Yeah!
Like, oh!
I wasn't gonna point that out.
Oh!
Yeah, no. We have to be careful when we watch movies now.
I feel like we're just gonna see that anywhere we look.
Because we're completely surrounded by it?
That too. I mean, Bond movies are safe. Because they can't write villains anymore. No villain is as crazy.
True facts.
As 45.
True facts.
Anyway, fails Bechdel.
Yep.
Fails diversity?
Yes?
Yeah, there weren't any
named characters.
There weren't any people of color who were relevant to the plot.
There were several, though, in the newsroom, which I appreciated.
Right.
And there were a couple of females, in the newsroom as well, besides just
Lois?
Just Lois.
I know in the past, and you could probably just go back and listen to the Superman Returns movie and my hatred of Lois Lane, just as a character. And I feel like what irritated me about her in that movie didn't irritate me about her in this one.
Because she's purely a plot device?
Not purely. She's not a sexy lamp. But, like, yeah, she can't spell. How do you get to be a good reporter if you can't spell?
That's what you have proofreaders for.
That irritates me, I guess. Would you watch it again?
This isn't the first time I've seen it.
Would you watch it again?
Would I seek it out? No. If it was on TV at the bar, would I ask them to change the channel? Probably not. I would probably just be vocal about, physics and such.
Yeah, this would be a good one to yell at the TV about. Like, that's not how that works. That is not how that works.
I can see this movie starting debates at the bar.
That's maybe not how time travel works.
Yeah, no, I can see it being a conversation piece at the bar, and for that, I am okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some drinking in it.
Yep.
Cliff Clavin's in this movie.
Yeah, holy shit.
I'm pretty sure he's in here as uncredited.
Probably. He was one of the missile guys.
Yeah, one of the Navy missile guys. But yeah, that was very much a, wait a second, I know that voice. He's so young and...
Yeah.
So not Cliff Clavin.
Well, and based on the poster we were looking at, which was just like the S symbol flying through the clouds.
Yes.
And it said, like, Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman,
Hackman.
Richard Donner film, Superman, and then just everyone else.
And then
is
Christopher
listed.
Reeves.
And then, like, everyone else is listed lower than that on the post. Like, alright, anything above Superman counts, so we can't drink for Brando
Yeah.
or Hackman. And I fucking love Gene Hackman. I really hated him in this.
Huh.
Yes?
The kid who played Baby Superman
Mm-hmm.
was in Man of Steel.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can dig that up.
Yeah, he was a communications officer in Man of Steel.
God, Man of Steel was just... It was bad.
So, yeah.
Like, the cast wasn't awful, but the script was bad.
It was. There was so much more that could have been done.
Oh, I was talking Man of Steel, not this one.
Oh.
This one was the actual gold standard for comic movies for a long, long time.
Until Marvel was able to get their stuff together?
I don't even know if it was that far. Like, maybe to, like, Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2.
Huh.
But, like, the first Batman movie was almost this good, comparatively.
Okay.
Second Batman movie, well, Batman Returns, not so much. 3 and 4, don't even talk about. So yeah, it was probably Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movie that was the new standard.
So I'm going through the cast. Like, I'm like, basement.
You're digging?
John Ratzenberger is listed as first controller.
Uh-huh. Yes. We'll edit this part out.
And whose farm was Luke on in...
Uncle Owen?
Uncle Owen was a state senator.
What?
Yes.
I mean, that was the year before, so yeah, I suppose he
Yeah.
was looking for work.
Except for he was just a state senator. He wasn't even like...
State senator of such and such, or...
It just is written as
State
senator.
Senator Hodgkins.
Yeah. Actually, there are several Star Wars actors in this.
Well, I want to say portions of it were probably filmed in London.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, based on nothing at all, that the Star Wars movies were filmed at Pinewood. But they were probably also, well, I know the Tatooine stuff was shot in Tunisia.
Mm-hmm.
So they may have done some stuff in London since you've already flown to Tunisia. London's closer than home for doing studio stuff.
Yeah, this is one of those movies that has, like, so many people in it.
Mm-hmm.
First Copy Boy, Eighth Reporter.
Oh yeah, it was full of people.
Yeah. But only 3 named actresses.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anything else?
Nope, that should do it.
Alright. I guess,
See you next week.